Well, we are gonna go check out the tail end here of Zultron versus Koi. Let's see. What are we looking at deck-wise, Tony?
So on this end of the area, we had both players coming in with Dungeon Master Plunder Guild AO, and then both of them banning AO. So we have a Dungeon Master Plunder Guild match.
All right. Do you wanna check in with a spectator to see what the record is?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. In the meantime, we're just gonna check out what we got on the board. It's definitely not a game one, so or at least I hope not. They'd be playing pretty slow. We got a double poison bomb over here for Zultron, and Koi playing creatures into it, which is an interesting choice. Multiple Garanons on the end of the board. Looks like he's probably been milking those for a minute, getting some value.
All right. I have been caught up. This is game 2, with the first game going to Zultron.
Gotcha. So Zultron wins out here. He gets to move on to the semis. If Koi can win it, we go to game 3.
And let's see, what decks are getting run right now? It kind of seems like Zultron is playing Plunder Guild. And
yeah, looks like it's.
I think we're seeing double Plunder Guild right now.
Yeah, looks like it's a Nobles Plunder Guild on Zultron's side, and then more of the tempo plundery on Koi's side. Double poison bomb right here. Definitely gonna clear the board. I mean, goodbye board.
Everything is gone.
Everything's gone. Reset. Final spell. Absolutely insane. Yes, Billy. J-Pop did win against Outdated, moving on to the semis. J-Pop gonna be facing the winner of this set right here.
Ooh, the Potion of the Weld.
That's
very
it.
Nice.
Yeah, we can see the Potion of the Weld come out. How early is that? That is pretty early. That is a kind of an early potion.
I think that might have been halfway through the deck.
Yeah. You usually expect to see that kind of thing at the end of a set, but
I mean,
there is
if
a lot of
you've
value.
gone through a lot of your good cards already,
Yeah.
might as well just throw them all back in.
There is a ton of value in having them played, you know, midway through. It gives you more options for answers, more options for.
It also makes them cost less mana.
Yeah.
So half your deck is now 1 mana cheaper.
Yeah, so assuming it did get enhanced, which I assume since you said that.
It does, in fact, look like it got enhanced.
Exactly. But Koi actually absolutely on fire rebuilding this board.
Mm-hmm. I want to see someone pull off Infinite Copy Mage this one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen with a lot of the Plunder decks we've been seeing, just because most of them seem to be maybe more mid-range oriented. But
that, and we're seeing a lot of Plunder decks are about having big hands. It's about having lots of cards.
Exactly.
So it's really hard to pull off an Infinite Copy Mage combo with, 10 cards.
Definitely. You have to get very lucky.
Here, while Zultron's taking a moment, Koi here is also another newcomer. This is be their first tournament. Another person we haven't seen a ton of so far. Not as many, not such a notable climb to the to this point, but still, noteworthy that this is their first time in and they're holding their own against Zultron. I think this is Zultron's first monthly standard as well. But
I think Zultron might have played in the past, but maybe never breaking top 8.
yeah, I think this is their first appearance in the top 8, but much more notable community member. People have seen them competing in the taverns much more often. So, but Zultron was able to reset the board there. We see a Paladin of Aralis play from Koi here. Not a card you see a ton of. That is I'm loving it. I'm excited for it.
Not getting a whole lot of value from its entrance effect, but
No. But
it is a 6/9 with amped and 1-man army.
Yeah, and in terms of tempo, that's still a very strong tempo play. Let me see.
Now, I'm curious if how close is Koi to decking out after these multiple meager misdeeds?
Yeah, it looks like Koi
I
is a lot further into mill territory, so. Oh,
There's an adventurer.
Adventurer.
There's a life essence.
All right. Let's see what Koi does here. We get another
one.
Another paladin and copied. Oh, these are both copies.
Well, one of them has slightly less stats.
Right.
As well.
No, I mean they're both copies. They're not original to the deck.
Oh, they're both.
They're
Maybe he copied his own.
I imagine he plundered it and then copied it.
Well, does a copy mage copy have
Yeah, anything that wasn't that was copied or generated after the game started.
Yeah, so it could have also just been copy maged. He's played a good 3 copy mages this game, so.
True. That's still awesome. We're seeing these paladins, and they're getting value. I mean, he's forcing blocks.
I mean, you know, 5, 6 damage. That's definitely a lot of damage. Soul extraction coming in, but barely doing anything.
Yeah, not gonna do a whole lot against these high health enemies.
Yeah, it's usually good for clearing a big board of a lot of stuff. Yep. Another poison bomb.
Unenhanced. I mean, it doesn't need to be, I guess. Well, but Zultron also choosing to play a pickpocket off of that.
Yep. And yeah,
I mean, yeah,
full push coming in.
100%. You full push on
king!
that.
I didn't even notice the king.
Wow.
That was an amped king.
Well,
I don't think this is game just yet. But,
no, this is definitely precarious for Zultron. He's gonna need. I mean, he's gonna clear up the board a little bit.
Health.
Yep. But neither of the paladins went down. The king's still on the board.
You know, I guess though, if Zultron had stronger removal, then Zultron would have played it last turn.
But the fireball, puts all of that into question.
Though.
Yeah. Takes out the
everything but the king remains. And the king's already on low health.
Oh, there
and
goes the
gone
king.
Too.
Yeah. Well, that is not good for Koi, I think. As low as he's gotten him, I'm curious how much steam he still has.
You know, Koi's got a huge hand.
Another paladin.
Also copied. Koi has an enormous hand compared to Zultron's 2 cards.
This is true. Zultron...
And Plunder Guild does not have card draw.
Yeah, it is very lacking in card draw. Oh, okay, another paladin on the board. This
must have been... Oh, and also a copied paladin.
This is wild.
This must have been, like, crazy amounts of Daring Swindlers.
Yeah, like, Daring Swindlers, plundering... Oh... That is game!
That's game with the motion on the paladin!
Holy!
We're going to game 3!
This will be our first game 3 of the quarters. Or of the top 8, in fact. This is awesome to see. I'm so happy Koi was able to pick up a game here.
Man, aren't you happy we split the quarterfinals? Now we got a little piece of every man.
Right? We get a little bit of every single match this time. Splitting the quarterfinals was the way. All right, and it looks like we're going to have Dungeon Master versus... It'll be the same... I guess it's the same Plundering Guild deck, yeah?
Yeah. Yep, because I think Zultron must have won with their Dungeon Master deck at the start.
Yep.
So...
Right.
It's going to be Koi's Dungeon Master Lich Spam versus Zultron's Plunder Guild deck.
Yeah. I suspect this is probably going to be pretty traditional Lich Spam. It'll be a lot of sacrificing, a lot of soul essence hoarding. Then looking for...
I also feel like this will probably be a relatively fast match, all things considered.
I guess that just depends. Zultron's running more of a stally... kind of late gamey deck with the Potion of the Weld, and I mean, based on what he was playing last game, it was a lot of removal, a lot of stall. Like I said, the potion being in there in the first place, as long as that was innate to the deck.
So yeah. Now I wonder if Zultron double blocks this. Just to take it off the board so it doesn't get buffed up anymore. I think that's what he's considering.
Yeah, he's thinking about it for sure. I mean, it's definitely not a bad play. Yeah, you go for it.
He does it. Yeah.
Yeah, you go for that.
Doesn't want that Vile Bonesmith to go up any more in value than it already is.
We already see the Meager Misdeed coming out. It must have hit something he wanted.
It hit a
Dreaded Corpse Flinger, yeah.
Another Arcane Experiment, a Dread Experiment, and a Call the Old Gods.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, it's definitely more about that probably Arcane Experiment and that Dread Experiment going away, but
You don't
luckily
think
you can get the Arcane back.
not as concerned about the Corpse Slinger, you think?
No, I assume you have to be less... I don't think Corpse Slinger gets, like, a ton of value. Like, it definitely gets some value, but I don't think it's... I don't think, you know, Corpse Slinger is the thing you're most upset about. Maybe this is a Bone Stick.
I mean, Bones Lich do go well together. You know what I mean? Get them bones.
I mean, that bone's already up there. There's already 3 bone amalgamates in this discard pile.
Yeah.
And it's already gone. Because the Welt's Pummel.
I mean, smart move. Daring Swindler comes out, getting a little bit of value out of that. See how Koi responds. Call the old gods. Is probably just weakening and then just looking for card draw.
Boons to Bones the Soul Essence away.
So that makes me wonder, is he just like not have anything worth playing? Because like,
I mean, honestly, at some point, you know, I want to see Koi play 1 Soul Essence here, just so they've played 3 spells this turn and get back both their Arcane Experiments. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you already passed, yeah.
I wish he would have done that. He had 1 mana left, and he could have gotten both his Arcane Experiments back. I feel like that definitely would have been the play, even if he had to give up a Soul Essence to do it.
I agree.
It gets you more card draw.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. I think...
I feel like probably the only reason Koi didn't do it is because they didn't realize that they would get him back.
Yeah, that is one of like the secret sleeper abilities of the Arcane Experiment, is getting it back after 3 spells. A lot of people don't think about that, so...
Or maybe they just wanted to wait an extra turn to do it when they could get all 3 back. Come on!
Oh!
Just 1 more spell! Just 1 more!
Yeah, I mean, he played 2 just to get, what, the Bone and the... Oh, I guess Reconstructor, yeah.
Keep them out of Poison Bomb Ring.
Yeah.
But still, like, just play that 1 more and then you get 3 Arcane Experiments back in your hand.
No, I agree. That was... Probably, again, it's the sleeper ability. A lot of people don't think about it. I imagine it was the same here.
Yeah.
Okay. Little Wealth Pummel.
I think that's 5 Bone Amalgamates now in the discard pile. Yep, it's 5 bones in the discard right currently.
And in the end, Koi traded 2 1/1 spells for 2 what? How much value was that? You got 4 mana for basically 4 mana for 2 mana. So I guess in the end that was still a good play, but ooh, this is feeling a lot more like just a Bones deck. I think that the Soul Essences are just gravy on top of the Bones that he's getting.
I assume the Soul Essences are for early pressure. You know, I would have loved to see, you know, Koi do some more with it in the early game to get these Arcane Experiments back, because it does seem like they're maybe running out of some gas, but
yeah.
Hopefully they'll have 3 more spells soon. Is that 2 Dreaded Corpse Slingers?
Yep.
2 Dreaded I don't know how many more bones you're gonna have.
I mean, 2 Dreaded Corpse Slingers on the board, but chose not to sacrifice. I guess, yeah, what do you sacrifice here? I guess nothing. Yeah, good point.
Exactly. I feel like Dreaded Corpse Slingers definitely works much better in like a Gunhaunt deck, because the Desperados that Gunhaunt summons are undead.
Yeah. Alright, but...
Soul Extraction into the Fireball.
Yeah, clearing up the whole
maybe
right
he
side.
should have split the Corpse Slingers on either side of Lich.
He didn't just... And it wasn't just a Corpse Slinger there. He also lost the Bonesmith.
Yeah, I see. I'm not in love of the placement around the Dungeon Master for Koi. You really got to use the Dungeon Master as a central tank.
Yeah.
To block against these fireballs.
Ooh, and the Mastercraft Flesh Golem comes out. We've already seen at least 2 fireballs, right? I don't think we've seen a third. So there's.
Let's see. Yeah, he's played 2 fireballs, 2 Wealth Pummel.
So yeah,
Bomb,
again that placement suspect there. I'm a little another.
Yeah, you see, I really hate the placement of these.
You gotta play around the fireball. You have to.
You have to play around the fireball. One of them should be on like the entire left side of your board and the other side of your Lich.
Yeah, and while we've been commenting on this, I just noticed Zultron's basically built up the same board state. or at least very similar, with Dreaded Corpse Slinger, Mastercraft.
A lot of stolen cards coming in.
Yeah.
From these daring swindlers, I presume. But you know, just Koi's bones are just so big at 8-9 currently.
Yeah, that's a huge
and he's
difference.
getting 2 of them every turn from these corpse slingers. Like, if Zultron does not deal with these corpse slingers soon, it's gonna get out of control.
Curious though, as he's already spent 2 fireballs, right? He's already spent 2 wealth pummels. It's how much more big removal is he gonna have in a Plundering Guild deck? Plunder Guild,
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know if he is.
That's the concern, right? There's
Yeah, you'd have
Reconstructor.
to find probably another wealth pummel, but at this point it's not really doing like a ton. It's only doing 5.
So it looks like it's almost like his choice, Zultron's choice here, was just to try and keep up in bone, by stealing and playing his own stuff. But realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. He needs to find ways to get the generation off the board for Koi.
Funnily enough, it's like Zultron almost turned this into his own bone deck.
Yeah.
Does have getting rid of the barony too. I feel like the barony was like your only out in this scenario.
Yeah.
To get like a final spell.
Yeah, I mean, you really should be trying to plunder as much as you can. But I'm almost wondering though if that.
Never mind.
I don't know what we're talking about. This isn't even a game. What?
We were talking about the final spell, but he just had it.
Yeah, I mean,
ready to go.
Who needs to wait to find a final spell when it's in your hand, right?
He had one already.
We were playing checkers. He was playing chess, man. He already had it.
Maybe the 2 Mastercraft Flesh Golems was too greedy.
I don't know, man. He got. It is a bummer, right? That all that got banished, but in that time, he still got a ton of bones in his grave. And if in fact Koi is running a bones deck, he should still have some bone generation left, if not necromancies, that he'd be able to pull stuff out with.
I'm almost curious if he should have swung with the Mastercraft Flesh Golems.
It does
just to get the value on the Death Blow ability.
Yeah, it does feel a little foolhardy to have not swung.
Especially because, like, you know, best case scenario, you're getting a trigger and it's staying alive. And worst case scenario, you're probably trading with their Mastercraft Flesh Golem.
Yeah, exactly. Koi doing
finally getting the 3 arcane experiments back.
Looked around there for a second, like, wait, what? But wait, what? Huh?
Why did this happen?
But no, also doing a good job of just maintaining board. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit infinite copy mage.
Oh my god. We're in the worst timeline.
And Koi fully understands what this means. It's gas pedal time. This game's on a clock. And it's not in his favor, that's for sure.
And good fucking luck coming off of it.
Let's see here. All right. Well, a lot of arcane experiments here, which is, fine.
One card that could definitely save Koi. I don't think it'll probably be a stretch whether they're running it or not. Soul Extraction would be killer.
Soul Extraction
is
phenomenal against Infinite Copy Mage. I agree.
2 damage to all of the copy mages. So,
but he'd still have to find a way to break the infinite in the hand.
I'm just saying, like, if you get a big enough board and then clear their whole board and then win on that turn. Like, I think that's the best you're hoping for at this point.
Yeah, I agree. But no, I suspect we're gonna find that it's unlikely he has the Soul Extraction.
I know I've done that. I've done like a clear the whole board against Infinite Copy Mage by using 2 Vanguards once. I'm getting more.
I mean, he's still generating bones. He's still getting big bodies on the board. It's just gonna be slower.
Fortunately, he's deciding to kill a creature there. 5 arcane experiments now. Unfortunately, I don't know how much.
I mean, he
Really
can
gonna-
he can continue to generate blockers, which are gonna like those arcane experiments are not going, to waste, right? He's gonna
Yeah,
get
I mean he can.
he's gonna use them as
Unfortunately,
blockers. He's gonna draw cards with them.
Unless he's running a soul extraction in this deck, I think eventually he's just gonna run out of cards in his deck, and I don't think he's gonna be able to keep up with the steam of these copy mages.
And a Gary.
Like he,
I did just
like,
I
he can
just
only-
noticed the
he can only
Gary.
put down. He can only put down 5 arcane experiments in a turn, whereas Zultron can play as many of these as he wants.
This is true. Yeah, I mean, maybe he does have the soul extraction, and he's just fishing for it to buy an extra turn. But really, again, that buys an extra turn. It doesn't actually win you anything.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like you'd have to build up a big enough board of bones so that if you soul extraction, then you just win.
Wait. Oh, okay. Well, that was a mistake. Mind corrupted or mind controlled the Garanon, but then didn't activate it. Yeah.
And Potion of the Weld on Zultron's end.
I mean, yeah. Why not? Doesn't matter what he draws now. He's still got a board full of creatures. So, and I think that's game.
Yeah.
Actually, I think. Well, he can block out, so he's maybe got one more turn in him.
Interesting using the Garian, just because you kind of want that to keep the infinite copy mage going,
This is true.
and just choosing to resign himself there.
Yeah. Well, choosing to eat, yeah.
GGs.
GGs. Just so I can respond to this, yes, Great Rev probably would have been what he was looking for, but just ran out of time. So. Anyway,
I think Zultron still had 21 health, even if.
yeah, it was still a big amount of health he was sitting on.